I'm a soybean farmer that voted for Trump, and I'm begging him to stop this trade war. Oh, look at you. You're so different. You're so strong. You're so brave. See, you're like a 10th generation soybean farmer, and apparently the president of like the American Soybean Farmers Association. You know that last time he was in office, soybean farmers lost $20 billion because of his tariffs. And our tax money had to bail you out. And you f***ing voted for him again. And now you're like, oh, I'm begging him, please stop. This was in Project 2025. Hello? So f***ing tired of you people. I saw a video of the cheese lady, the cheese slice lady. I saw a video of her like at a store pointing to cheese and saying, haha, see, some of us can laugh at ourselves. You had flags. You ignored all of it. And now you're like, I'm a soybean farmer and I'm begging him, please stop doing exactly what you said you were gonna f***ing do. Oh, I'm the cheese lady. I'm the cheese lady. See, I can laugh at myself. Obviously, I got tricked, but I can laugh at myself. There are people whose lives have truly been impacted by his fuck whims. Cheese lady, we don't need you to laugh at yourself. We need you to fucking apologize. You know what, soybean farmer? We need you to say, I am such an asshole. It was crystal clear. He said, I'm gonna do this to you. Now I'm like,
Man, this is so much crazy. I did not even know we were going to go down to the T like this. Like, I know we started with the Nebraskans really asking people if people care about them. But now, soybean farmers, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Zatkuna Esther. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you like my content, please consider subscribing, like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Everyone complains to MAGA like, hey, Trump supporters, what do? Did you see the seaports? Yeah. Seattle? LA? Yeah. What do we do with our soybeans? And people are looking to fellow white people telling them, hey, okay, now that we're here, we voted DJT, can we become soy eaters? Because like, we need to make money. We need to sell. I want to ask you guys a question, because sometimes it fails me to understand why black people are so calm. Yeah. Why are farmers crashing out? And it's funny, I'm going to do a video about this tomorrow, y'all. It's funny, I'm saying farmers are crashing out. And then I saw this black man who was celebrating. He grew watermelons. He has a farm of watermelons. And he's not crying. He's not crying. I want to know, like, black people, where do you get the peace in mind? Like, why aren't you crying on the internet that you're farming things and no one is buying them? Who is your secret customer? Is China coming straight to you to buy your things? Because honestly, I am not seeing black people on the internet complaining that their produce is not being sold, is not being bought. So black people, if you don't mind, share a thing or two to MAGA, so at least they can learn where to sell their soy, since China is no longer buying them. And since, yeah, black people are not complaining about your produces. Which magic are you using?
Trump supporters, MAGA, are you ready to become literal soy boys? China is the largest importer of soybeans in the world. They used to get about 80% from the United States. Over the last 10 years, they've been ramping up their imports from Brazil, and now, because of the tariffs, they're not getting any from the United States. There are about 100,000 farmers in the United States that produce soybeans that are losing money because they export mainly to China. Are you ready to support them? You want to help American farmers, right? So go buy tofu, go buy seitan, go buy soy milk, edamame. Eat all the soybeans you can and become the thing that you hate the most, a soy boy, because you need to help the American farmers. Trump and the government don't need to subsidize them. You need to support them.
My concern is, I'm here talking to Pennsylvania farmers, and they're a crop away from bankruptcy. They're a crop away from losing their farms. And we know from the first time around when President Trump put really modest tariffs compared to this on our farmers, they lost $27 billion. Farms had to shut down. I'm worried that they're going to be harmed again, that the impact is going to be devastation for Pennsylvania farmers. That's what I'm concerned about. That's why we're going to do everything at the state level we can to invest in our farmers, as opposed to taking market share and money away from them, as the Trump administration is doing. I'm not sure why the Trump administration is looking to screw over our farmers.
Great article today, Saturday, April 19th, on the website Daily Kos, dailykos.com. Another week, another batch of MAGA faithful finding out the hard way. Leopards eating faces. They're eating a lot of faces. This week's episode focuses on truckers and soybean farmers. Truckers love Donald Trump. About 75% of truckers in the United States identify as Republicans and voted for Donald Trump. It's easy to imagine why. The group is mostly rural, white, and male, and tied to a job that lives and dies on the cost of fossil fuels, diesel, which can account for up to 40% of their costs. And they hate environmental mandates to electrify their fleets, electric trucks. In 2014, truck driver was the most common job title in most American states and a significant one in pretty much all of them. Truck driving is one of the largest professions that provides a path to financial security without a college degree. So, Craig Fuller, a trucking guy on Twitter, many truckers I've spoken with don't realize how quickly container volumes have collapsed, meaning containers coming from China because of Trump's tariffs. Starting in May, port freight out of the state of California will almost be eliminated. It's going to be a bloodbath, and then a complete collapse of I-20 and I-40 trucking. Those are freeways going across the states. I don't know what this term blank sailings means, but in May 2020, there were 51 shipments of blank sailings, over 80 of them so far in April. So blank sailings are bad, and they're up about 70% over May of 2020. COVID will look like good times. Let's see. This is crazy. Mack Truck is laying off 20% of its workforce, manufacturing trucks. Hang on. An industry expert said the 100,000 full-time, hard-working truckers hauling 85% of the surface trade in goods with Mexico and 67% of the goods traded with Canada will bear a direct and disproportionate impact from Trump's tariffs. It's gonna absolutely crater trucking. Now let's check on the soybean industry. During his first administration, he put tariffs on China. China bought all their stuff from Brazil. The economic damage was so severe that Trump had to bail out farmers to the tune of $28 billion. That's the definition of socialism for Republican farmers. A similar number of farmers voted for Donald Trump, 75 or 80%. So after his first term, what did those farmers do? What did they do? They voted for Trump again, of course. Trump has now killed what was left of the Chinese market, dramatically increased the cost of fertilizer, thanks to his trade war with China, and turned the world against American goods. As these soy farmers are relegated to pegging columns like this one, I'm a soybean farmer who voted for Trump. I'm begging the president to end the trade war. Like many of my fellow farmers, I voted for President Donald Trump in the past 3 elections. The president won me over with his commitment to business-friendly tax cuts, as well as his track record of reducing regulation and cutting government spending. I am one of the 500,000 soybean farmers in America who feels the pain. I rely on my farm for 100% of the income for my family, except for all those government subsidies, the socialism, and the families of our 3 full-time workers. We have 1,500 acres of soybean on my farm. It's $600 per acre. Our production costs are $900,000. But in the current climate, an acre only brings in $500 of revenue, which means we are yielding $750,000, a $150,000 loss because you voted for Donald Trump, because of Trump's tariffs on China, because China has just been like, we're gonna get our stuff from Brazil again. They're getting their soybeans from Brazil. They're getting their beef from Australia. So it's not just soybean farmers. Guess who didn't have to give farmers $28 billion in bailouts? Joe Biden. You voted for this 3 times, truckers and soybean farmers. You voted for this 3 times.
Estimates show that China's retaliatory tariffs could cost American soybean farmers roughly $5.9 billion in lost revenue. How are you and other farmers reacting?
We're very concerned, Phil. We have a precedent from the trade war we went through about 7 years ago that was devastating to the American soybean farmer. Over that period of time, we lost nearly $20 billion of trade with China. Trade is 50% of the acres that are produced in the United States. And of that, currently 25% of our soybeans that we raise go to China.
The American farmer will figure it out, plant something different, grow a new crop. You just told me you know nothing about farming. There are approximately 100,000 soybean farmers in the United States that planted their crops this year expecting to sell to China. Now China will not be buying their crop. They have nowhere to sell it. So this year's crop is done because they can't just dig up the crop and plant something new. It doesn't fucking work that way. Not just that, there are a lot of states where you can only grow certain things. You can't just grow anything anywhere. It's not how it works. The soil's not the same everywhere. The soil is perfect for soybeans. It might not be perfect for other things.